Good morning and welcome to Gori. It's my second full day and today I'm heading to a cave city called Uplistsikhe, which is the oldest cave city in Georgia. Now to get there I have two options. I could have took a private taxi. There were plenty of people outside the Stalin Museum offering their services, but I'm going to go by public transport. Now the bus station in Gori is about 25-30 minutes outside of the main city centre, and then the bus is going to take me back to the main city centre, but I have no idea where it stops or what bus it is, so I need to head to the bus station and hopefully find a bus that has squiggles on the front that match the squiggles on Google Maps. Well, I'm getting closer to the bus stop, so I basically just had to get something to eat at the first thing I found, and I found a Dunkin' Donuts that does hot dogs for $5.50 or double meat for $8, which I got talked into having, so I hope they're good. Double hot dog with mustard and ketchup. What a breakfast. Well, that was a grim breakfast, but it does mean that I've got some food in my belly. I do believe that the bus station, I can see a few marshrutka type buses pulling out just ahead of me. So, almost there. You know, Uplistsikhe?
Uplistsikhe. Abi kaçırdı bakalım.
Here. This one? Uplistsikhe, number 13. Thank you, man. Well, those squiggles look like my squiggles. So as I thought, the bus that left the bus station that I walked half an hour out of town to get to went back into town and actually passed my hostel. I kind of expected that to happen, but it's hard to recognise which squiggle you want when it's flying past you. Now, this bus actually did have the name of the place in English, so that wouldn't have been a problem. I looked on Google Maps yesterday and I looked at Georgia travel websites, official sites, and also the excellent blog Wanderlush, which is absolutely fantastic if you're in this part of the world, and all of them said that it's open every day. I got on the bus and on Google Maps there's actually 2 pointers for this place, and the one that I'd not looked at said that it's closed on Mondays. I then looked at another official Georgia website that said it's closed on Mondays. So I almost got off the bus, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go anywhere because I'm not going to do anything in Gori. I've done all of Gori, so I might as well go and have a look. Now I can see the city off in the distance, and there does appear to be people in there. So I think, fingers crossed, we should be okay. It looks about 1 kilometre away, over there in the distance. Looks like we're here after a 10-minute walk from where the bus dropped me off. See, there's lots of coaches, so it's definitely open, which is good. So it was 15 for the entrance, but I had forgotten that you can actually pay 20 and have some wine tasting. 4 different types of wine for 5 lari, which is like, you know, just over £1. So I've opted for that version. Happy days. Right then, here we are in the ancient cave city of Uplistsikhe. People have lived here since 3000 BC. This cave city was right on the trade route between east and west. Traders coming from the Caspian Sea to the Black Sea would pass right through here. Archaeologists have found many artifacts with writings on that prove that people used to travel through here many times from east to west. They also discovered many forms of weapons, leading to the conclusion that this place came under attack many, many times. It is estimated that there are over 700 houses, cave houses, in this city, and approximately 20,000 people could live here. Just spotted my first lizard. He's going to run off into that hole. No, he's gone right to the top. There are a number of caved cities in Georgia, and this one is one of the smallest, but it is the oldest. I'm not sure if you're supposed to follow any kind of route. I've just jumped from number 7 to number 26, so that's because I've taken a side trek. But look at this. This is Blackberry Hall. It really doesn't seem that big so far. I'll walk around to house 20,000 people. Another hall. There were some feasts in here back in the day. Lots of wine drunk. So archaeologists have discovered that people were living here as long ago as 2000 years BC. People continued to live here until the 13th century. It was a pagan settlement until the arrival of Christianity, and even then, for many centuries, pagan and Christians lived together in this city. This place was inhabited by just normal people until the Arab conquest of Uplistsikhe, when the Christian kings came here and used it as their royal residence. The Mongols arrived in the 13th century and decimated the city, leaving it abandoned for good. Wow. The Hall of Queen Tamar. Now, Queen Tamar was one of Georgia's most important historical figures, but she never actually came here, and the reason why this is called Queen Tamar's Hall is because it actually resembles a former room at the Vardzia cave city. There are scratchings in here. We've got graffiti from 1902. It's believed that this was an old pagan worship temple. This place has seen some weird stuff. And this is where they used to store medicinal herbs. This was the chemist of the city. All over here we have these wine presses. This is where they would crush the grapes to make wine. We're getting closer to the winery, where I have 4 glasses of wine waiting for me, all for 5 lari. This is not the highest point, but you can already see the incredible views that you get across the landscape. Would have been very easy to see any enemy approaching. Just the ruins of what used to be the 3-nave basilica. Well, this building kind of stands out like a sore thumb because it's clearly made in a different period. This was made in the 10th century, and it's the only actual building that survived the Mongol invasion. So let's go and take a look inside. when I told people I was going to Gori, most people had not been there, but some had, and they'd literally just been for either a day trip or stayed one night, and that was for the Stalin Museum. Now, I had a good day in Gori yesterday. I really enjoyed it. I spent a few hours just wandering around. I did the whole Stalin stuff, then spent a few hours wandering around the city. There's not a massive amount to do, but it's a nice city. And then on my second day, I come out to a place like this. Which is just fantastic. Ah! Oh, lizard, nearly threw that in. Go, 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 go. When the taxi driver at the Stalin Museum was offering his services to bring me here, he was showing me postcards of the area, and he showed me this. It's the face. I didn't think I'd spot that. You see, you got the mouth here, the nose. I guess that could be the eye. Well, this is a rare moment because this place has been literally filled with tourists, but right now I can't actually see a single person. Oh, there's one. He's security though. Has everyone left me to it? Apparently the afternoon is the best time to come. In the morning it gets a lot of like kind of day trips, organised tours. Now, coming in the afternoon suits me fine, because I'm not a morning person. Well, I don't know actually, I might be a morning person if I was ever up to actually discover. Oh, look at this. This is a nice hole. Bloody hell, it's actually bigger than you think, this place. When you get to the church you think, but that's it, you start seeing exit signs. But it just carries on going. Okay, now I think we're coming to the end. Everywhere else where there's a viewpoint, there's been metal fences. But here they're just not bothered. Oh my god, I'm getting dizzy just looking at them stats up there. Bloody hell. Did they run out of money when they got to the top of the hill? I have to point out, if you do come here with children, just keep them on a leash or something. Because there are parts, like here for example, that's a pretty big drop down there, and you can see there's drops all around, and it has to be like that. They can't put fences around everything. But yeah, we've just seen at the viewpoint over there, if you fall down there, then that's you done, I'm afraid. There are plenty of opportunities for children to experience something worse than a grazed knee. So if your kids aren't behaved, don't bring them. Or better still, be like me and just don't have kids in the first place. Then you can please yourself and do whatever you want. I'm spotting more and more lizards around here. Now, I know for a fact that I won't be able to get anywhere near this one before he buggers off. I don't know if you can see me. In fact, there's two. I can see two now. There's one down here, just on this rock. He's got his eye on me. I know as soon as I step one. Yeah, there he goes, underneath the rock, and there's another one up there, and he's running off as well. Look at him go. Bloody hell, they're like, oh, there's two there, look. Like bloody lightning. Right under the cracks of the rock. Both of them. There they go. Let's see if I can see him. Is he under here? Can I see him? The two lizards went right under here. Right then, there's a sign over here, and I'm hoping that one of them says winery. Wine cellar, that will do. I'd forgotten that that was an option, so that was a pleasant surprise. Who's going to find it first? There's a sign over there pointing up, so there we go. It's probably about 4 miles away. Oh, this is the old wine cellar. Bloody hell, they certainly made enough wine. I mean, there's no else to do, is there, back then? No Wi-Fi, no Netflix. Hello. Hi.
Which was made with Georgian traditional style. In Mtkvari, the fermentation process from Mtkvari, that's why it has more intense taste. Generally, its name in Georgian describes its color because it has dark strawberry golden hued color. Excuse me, are you with us? And generally, its name describes its color because it has dark strawberry golden hued color. And aroma has white garden fruits, dried fruits, pear with filled flower notes, and taste rich with garden fruit, dried fruit, nutty taste.
Stalin's favourite, yeah? He liked his red wine.
Well, last one is my favorite wine, Akhasheni. Akhasheni is not local wine, it's from Kakheti.
Well, it looks like that's it for Uplistsikhe. It was a nice afternoon, to be honest, and all topped off by sampling some delicious local wines. The fourth one I tried was really nice. It was like compote, very fruity, and the woman was explaining that the men in Georgia don't drink red wine because men tend to drink about 4 bottles a day, and red wine apparently isn't unhealthy. I think drinking 4 bottles of any wine is unhealthy, to be honest, but who am I to argue with old Georgian traditions? All there is to do now is to walk the 10-15 minutes or so back to the main road and hopefully catch a bus back to Gori. If there are no buses, it's a 3-hour walk. So I'm hoping there are buses. I'm pretty sure there are.